To support the show, visit us at patreon.com/retroam. Get early access, bonus episodes, and access to our growing collection of premium podcasts, where we cover other JRPGs like Terranigma, Parasite Eve, and Star Ocean.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
I've got a beer right now. I don't have a beer, but you have a beer. And it says IBU. What's IBU stand for?
Individual beer units.
Oh, really? Is that true?
I have no idea.
Would you like to hear some hot sounds that I've recorded?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic JRPGs chapter by chapter, beat by beat. Welcome back. It's season 3 of this podcast. You can go back and listen to the first 2 if you haven't, by the way. You should do that. We're also on disc 2. If you haven't listened to disc 1, please go listen to disc 1. This is Final Fantasy.
You don't need to.
This is Final Fantasy VIII, by the way. My name's Chris. I'm joined by Eric, as always.
Hey, Chris.
Hey. We're also, as always, as usual, joined by the RealNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. They are patrons, and you too can become a patron at patreon.com/retroam.
We are also joined by the Fake Net, our post-production AI companion, who also installed the disco floor below Sarah's stage in the original Virtua Fighter.
Initializing Fake Net.
It was highly skilled technical work that I only performed and programmed to be close to beautiful Virtua people. Some may call them fighters, made of pure polygons.
Have you played Virtua Fighter? Did you play Virtua Fighter
5?
5.
When it came out on PlayStation Plus?
No, I don't have PlayStation Plus anymore. I did play a lot of it in Yakuza Like a Dragon and Yakuza... whatever other Yakuza... Fake Net, what other Yakuza games has Virtua Fighter 5 been in?
Initializing Fake Net.
Virtua Fighter 5 has been in Club Sega arcades in Yakuza 6, Judgment, Yakuza, Like a Dragon, and Lost Judgment.
Virtua Fighter 5 Final...
Yeah, the last one, the last actual Virtua Fighter they made. Yeah. Final Showdown.
I played it for like 4 days and I had a good time with it. I tried to learn how to play with L Blaze and had a good time.
Who's your main Virtua Fighter? Weren't you an Akira guy?
No, I was a Kage guy.
Cool.
But I wanted to learn. Kage's pretty hard to use for a novice, so I was like, let's try L Blaze. L Blaze was pretty fun.
For a 3-button game, everybody in Virtua Fighter is hard to use, Chris.
Yeah, Virtua Fighter is a fucking hard game to learn.
Do you know at one point it was a 4-button game?
No.
Virtua Fighter 3 had a dodge, had like an evade button.
Yeah.
Nobody likes Virtua Fighter 3. It's the Tekken 4 of Virtua Fighter.
So, Eric, we have discovered Sid's secret basement.
Yeah, we're slaughtering oil parasites in the basement.
Yeah, because they're down there for some reason. And
what if we're killing the catfish of the river and nobody's going to eat the fucking bullshit anymore? What if oil boils were processing shit down here?
Oh, like, so now the toilets are going to get clogged up.
Yeah, like there's some vital function these monsters were, these organic beings that this unpaid labor down here was actually doing.
Yeah. Good point. It's like the fish that suck the algae off the shit.
Yeah.
God, fucking, I should know more about fish.
I said catfish. They pretty much eat poop bottom feeders too, right?
I think so.
Great. CG cutscene.
Yeah.
Music. Retaliation plays.
Cool.
The missiles, which seem more like drones because they're flying in formation, break off to make their descent. They fly close to open water, bleeding chemicals from their afterburners. The camera zooms in on a red cornea, cat eye shifting around with mechanical aperture noises, suggesting these things are robots? ? The pupil shrinks and they stay on target.
Stay on target.
Stay on target.
Stay on target.
We're too close.
Don't put that in the sound clip. Disney might sue us.
Yes, we descend to another gross, dark sewer pit. So I guess the missiles are like on their way. There's an idle ambiance here that sounds like when you're inside of a portable toilet that's next to a freeway at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
We reach the center and Squall says, "Looks like we're here," as the camera pans up. Zell wonders what in the hell we're going to do now. And the center is a series of braided pipes.
Yeah, there's like large rusty orbs that are holding a giant column together.
Like the metal doesn't make sense if you know about physics.
Yeah.
Maybe it does, because I don't know about physics.
Yeah, it does appear to be some sort of generator or conduit or something that's kind of rusted over, maybe.
Yeah.
Squall doesn't know what to do.
No.
Even the headmaster doesn't know, he thinks.
Of course not.
Squall tinkers with some buttons for a moment.
Bang on shit.
And we can hear the hum of some machinery. Selphie is still dead. Zell wonders what the heck we're doing. Squall whips his body around and says he doesn't fucking know. What else can he do? Then we hear some rumbling.
Yeah, he does the I don't know pose, and you hear a rumble, a roar.
As if something is emerging. No one can believe this shit. New music. Moving.
Movin' plays with a real-time CG cutscene where it blends.
Yes, the contraption is now working.
The central core of this complex machinery starts sparking and spinning. It gets faster and faster, clearly getting results despite a little of it making any mechanical sense. Our gang stares at it like it's magic, still polygons and reacting with confusion. The platform we're on begins to elevate, rising alongside the awakened gears. The camera cuts to Sid in his office, also repeating the confused motion capture. A white portal appears below Sid, briefly expanding, then brandishing an elevator which lifts Sid high into a room before two white mechanical arms lock the platform into place.
Nothing about this sequence was cool until now.
I guess this was the platform we were all on because now the whole fucking party is in the garden's skybox. The garden's halo and other weird ornaments are at the top of this. The garden begins to spin wildly. Nobody can believe this shit.
Thank you, Paramagic.
The camera pulls out to a wide shot of the entire garden. Liquid blue magic spills out of the upper gears, engulfing the entire structure. Dust and shit flies up out of the ground as shock waves escapes the garden. Squall and Rinoa note the missiles are coming. Rinoa? I don't have Rinoa here. Why'd I write that? The camera cuts to the grass outside of garden, slowly emerging from the dust cloud. The missiles fly at the dust cloud, then all shoot up like they hit a force field. They come back down and barely miss the garden, striking the ground it occupied only moments ago. The extended dust cloud and garden starts moving with it. The garden is now a mobile structure. A fan-like platform below it has gifted it with hovercraft technology, and the garden skeeters out to open sea.
The garden's off the hook now.
I guess. So the missiles still came for us, Chris.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense, because in the bad ending, we didn't change the coordinates, and they hit the exact same spot.
Well, we didn't necessarily change the coordinates. We only changed the error rate. So there must be a percentage chance that the missiles can still land. What did we change the error rate to?
All the way to the right?
Okay, but what if the max error rate is like 4%?
Yeah. I don't,
so, yeah.
I'm just saying, the whole missile-based thing?
Yeah.
Waste of time.
Yeah. Also, it killed all our party members,
yes,
too, apparently.
Half our party's dead.
Yes.
Way to go, dumbass. Great leadership.
Yes. Sid can't believe this shit. Then we can talk to our party for a moment.
Yeah, Sid's sitting on the ground like a child, by the way.
Yeah, he's aghast right now. Kistis can't believe this shit. Zell, however, he just thinks this is awesome.
Sid confirms this is, quote, the secret.
Yeah. You didn't know your fucking house was a boat.
Sid wonders that's a strange thing.
Yeah.
Sid wonders what's going on outside, and Zell says we should go check it out. The elevator goes down to what used to be Sid's office. It then deposits us on the second floor. A student in the overhead hallway is running around wildly. He's identified as member number 109, and he wonders, what the hell is this? Nobody told us that this thing can fly. Another says that we're hiding. They were hiding, and now they're scared. Outside the classroom hallway, one student is running laps with a radius of about 8 feet. She says, have you been outside yet? It's amazing. Just go down the hall and check it out.
Outside is amazing.
The sad boy in the yellow says his back is killing him.
Yeah, he's the same guy who said that his back would always hurt during the field exams. That's why he couldn't become a seed. Like, we met him very early in the game. I thought that was a funny gag that he was still here, complaining about his goddamn back. Yeah.
The girl on the left says this is crazy, and she's telling herself to calm down. I assume she's having a panic attack, but she knows it and she's prepared.
Yes.
The boy on the right, with his arms crossed, wonders what we're doing, sitting around doing nothing while those things are coming at us. Sir, that was past tense.
Yes.
I go on that balcony from earlier. You know what we get?
CG cutscene.
CG cutscene, new music, blue sky plays. Seagulls fly overhead in the cloudy blue sky. The camera falls down, and all three of us walk to the edge of the balcony. The camera cuts to an overhead shot of the entire garden with our platform barely visible. If Rinoa is with the party, you're treated to an exclusive CG cutscene render of her gazing over the edge of the balcony, having the time of her life, and lifting her hand to push her hair back. The camera then cuts to Rinoa from behind, and she stares at either Squall or the player, with her hair blowing in the wind, and she kind of smirks. I can't read her. She's either saying, no big deal, or can you believe this shit?
Yeah.
The camera then cuts to a wide shot of the entire garden as a gaggle of birds fly toward the open balcony. It locks in place, and we have control.
That was a pretty good flex with the CG. I really liked that one a lot.
Yeah, it was nice. Plus, you get bonus actual CG if Rinoa's in your party.
Yes.
Then I go back inside. That's it. That's all the grandeur we're going to witness here.
Yeah. Just then, it's either Zhu or it's another student, I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Tells us to get back to the headmaster on the double. Then it auto sends us there. We can't even go explore.
Yeah, we elevate.
Sid says the controls are not responding. We're going to crash into Balamb if we don't do something. Sid and everyone tell Squall to do something because everyone must rely on Squall, apparently.
Squall in his head thinks in capital letters, no.
No.
Not again.
Shit. Squall doesn't know what to do, but then he suddenly knows what to do. It's weird.
Yeah.
Fellas, it's called leadership.
Everything starts rumbling after Squall hits some buttons. We're turning.
He yells damn like Raphael.
Yeah. Damn. No, that's not the right damn.
Well, if you notice, he bangs on this like selfie trying to save the missile base.
Yeah, but it's funny because he has no idea what he's doing, but then suddenly he just suddenly seems competent, like he's like acting like he's seen Star Trek.
Bad writing or destiny?
I'm gonna say destiny.
Okay, the fated boy knows what buttons to push. The hero of the game.
This isn't Gundam, so there's
It
not.
isn't. I don't know Gundam.
There's no in-canon explanation for like knowing how things work automatically. So I'm gonna say bad. Bad video game writing.
Bad game.
Yeah.
Game bad.
Like, it would have made more sense if there was a giant fucking, what do you call them?
Steering wheel?
Steering wheel, boat steering wheel.
Chris, it would have made more sense if somebody at Balamb Garden taught a fucking computer class.
Also true. We have computer desks after all.
Yeah. Do kids still have classes in school that are just computer class, or are computers so integrated now that it's just every class is computer class?
I don't think you have class on like how to use Google Docs, but I think they have like more, like they have like coding and
so children don't come
tech.
pre-installed with how to know Microsoft Office at this point?
No, they do.
Okay.
They do. Because they have to use it for pretty much all their shit now.
I can just play number munchers on my Apple II for 3 hours.
No, sorry. You only get to play frog fractions. I apologize.
It'd be a really funny thing to install, like commandeer some school's computer program and just put frog fractions as the game.
Yes.
And let one smart kid figure it out.
I'm saving frog fractions for when my kids are actually learning how to do fractions.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to say, this will teach you how to do fractions, and then give them that.
So last year of high school.
I don't know the progression is now.
We at some point in my computer class, we got to play SimCity, and we were judged on how well our city did. But only me and this kid, Nick, knew that holding Shift
FUND.
Fund.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that also made Godzilla kill your city at some point, but
when I first learned about it, I thought I would surprise my father with this because he was playing SimCity, and I went into his SimCity and Shift FUND'd like 6-7 times in a row and saved the game. And
you fucked him up, didn't you?
Then Godzilla came, or whatever, lizard came.
Did you feign ignorance here, or did he know you'd access his program?
I mean, he wasn't that worried about it, but I did.
You're going to get this paid forward when like your kid busts into your Final Fantasy VIII save and sells all your weapons or loosens all your magic or some sabotage.
Yeah, that's true.
God. Okay. So CG cutscene. A ground level view of Balam's item shop, the Balamb the town, not the garden, complete with a non-panicking gentleman present and showcase the size and scale of the garden as it drifts overhead. It's creating an enormous amount of wind, but it seems to miss Balamb entirely. Back in the room, Zell and Kiss to celebrate, but Zell points out that we're going to crash into the sea. CG cutscene. Gardens under fins pierce the open water and rock all the boats parked in Balamb's marina. The garden moves out to open sea and essentially creates a tidal wave. Back in the control room, everything and everyone shakes. Music. Balamb Garden plays.
We know we're safe because Balamb Garden is playing now.
Of course, it's only playing when we're safe.
Sid says that the worst is behind us. He says that we'll drift along now until we figure out this shit.
Worst behind us, sick burn on Balamb.
Yeah, great.
We've extracted all the natural resources and now we can move on.
Sid wonders where he's going to get dressed now and everybody giggles. Great time.
You never change your clothes, dude.
Yeah.
You don't have a closet in the first place.
He's got a Doug closet full of those sweater vests.
There's a brief CG cutscene as an aerial shot of the garden going into wide open blue sea. For some reason, there are plane engine shutting down sound effects.
Cut to Squall in his bed in the dorm room. Fear is playing because he's scared in his bed.
Yes.
Just like me.
His hands are behind his head. He's wondering how long it's been since they started moving, suggesting a lot of time has passed. What was the start of all of this?
It feels like it's the next day.
Yeah, it's probably the next day. Again, I say, what's up with the garden faculty hostile takeover thing? Are we gonna get any more on this? Like, I know we just escaped missile evasion, but I would like some answers.
It seems like a lot is being dropped now.
It never ended.
No, we'd never stop them. because like I guess all the garden faculty realized the missiles were coming and decided to send the monsters back into the training garden and pretend to be normal again.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, what are you talking about?
Like, I'm wondering if this happens like every 6 months.
Yeah, it's like a fucking senior prank.
Yeah. Oh, the faculty's going AWire again. Better go kill him.
Squall notes that he still has to report to the headmaster. He loves reports. He gets out of bed, notes that we're in the middle of nowhere, and then says he's bored.
Yeah, I have nothing to do. It gets me thinking too much.
Squall wonders about Selphie, Irvine, and Rinoa. He wonders if it was wrong to let them go. Answer, yes. Balamb Garden could have just fucking moved the whole time. He then wonders who the sorceress is and why fire missiles at the garden. Same, buddy. Is Cypher ever coming back? Squall wants to get even with him, despite having an 0-1-1 lead.
Yes. The screen fades to black, and it comes back up, and there's bird noises.
Yeah.
But Squall still seems irritated that he fell asleep again, but then he just keeps thinking. You know, you like, for example, me every night when you start thinking about questions and you can't sleep because there's too many questions, he's doing this. There's more questions, Chris.
Yeah.
Garden Master NORG, who is he?
Yeah.
I've never met this NORG. Is there going to be another conflict in the garden? We have control. I saved my game. Chris, if you bring Rinoa with you to the garden, to your trip here, not the missile base, you get an extended tour of the garden with her.
Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you like to hear about it?
I would love to hear about it.
I have the information. After it fades from black, Squall will be face up in his bed, and Rinoa appears, leering over him.
Oh.
Squall wakes up and sits on the edge of his bed with his arms on his knees. Rinoa takes a few steps back and says, "Hey," and then, "You look so adorable, sleeping like a baby." But she's like creepily just like on top of him, staring at him as he sleeps, which I hate waking up and there's a fucking person there.
Yeah, every day of my life. Dad, is it time to wake up? Dad, I'm hungry.
Dad, it's Christmas.
Kid, you're 6 years old. Just go to fucking open the pantry and get something to eat if you're hungry.
Oh, yeah,
Jesus Christ.
When can kids feed themselves? Are they doing that yet?
As soon as they can open it, like...
Cornflakes?
No, as soon as they can, like...
Can they pour milk?
No, I don't... I mean, they can, but I don't trust them to do that. No.
No.
No. They're allowed to go get something that they can open on themselves, like a fucking granola bar.
Not going to choke on a fruit snack or anything?
I mean, they could, but...
Probably not.
Probably not.
She says, "Get up, let's go." He's like, "Go where?" And she asks him to give her a tour of the garden. Squall can't believe this shit, and he asks her if this is another one of her orders. Rinoa puts her hands behind her back and kicks her shoe with her shoes, then replies, "No, I just want you to show me around. You know, to get acquainted with this place, please." And the shoe-kicking motion is also known as the Luigi taunt.
Oh, yeah, good one.
Smash.
Yeah.
She's Meteor Smash Squall. Squall reluctantly agrees, and Rinoa does a celebration animation. Squall then stands up, and we have control. We leave the room. Balamb Garden plays. The moment they step out in the main hall, Rinoa starts asking questions. She notes that this place is huge, and she asks if it's bigger than Galbadia Garden. Squall replies with, "Who knows?" We walk to the right. Rinoa points east and asks, "What's over there?" Squall replies, "The parking lot." Rinoa turns around and says, "How about over there?" And Squall says, "The cafeteria." Then, despite his absolute disgust and disinterest, Rinoa says, "Squall, I really appreciate you showing me around, but can you try and make it a little more fun? You know, like a normal tour?"
My girlfriend asked me to show her around my school, and I said, "Look, it's the parking lot."
There it is. Squall thinks to himself, "What does she want from me?" Squall, still an asshole.
Yes.
So I take her to the parking lot.
Yeah, great.
Squall says...
So I take her to the parking lot. A great way to start a story. Jesus, man. That's not...
Squall says, "Just a parking lot, nothing special." Rinoa replies, "That's it?" And Squall says, "Yeah, that's it." Then Rinoa massages her temples, unable to believe this dumb boy. She then says, "Never mind, let's go."
There's something about all this that, like, it's funny because he's doing it, but it's also, like, it's funny because he didn't say no, but he's still doing it, but he's doing it in the worst possible way.
Yeah, it's like when you get dragged along to a thing you don't want to, so you act like an immature shit.
Yeah.
In there.
Mm-hmm.
I take her to the training center. Fear plays. Squall turns around and says, "This is the training center, or as we call it, the monster's lair. There are monsters left to run loose so the students can feel actual combat. Want to try?" Rinoa says that she can actually imagine Squall doing this on a first date, and then, "You're so romantic." Little does she know I was on a date here last week with our party member.
With his teacher.
I take Rinoa to the library. As soon as we walk in, she's taken aback, marveling at the size and volume of available material. "Wow, this is so cool," she explains. She asks Squall if she can look around. I move to the second screen, and Rinoa is present at one of the study tables. Or perhaps a desk, not a study table. Oh shit, Chris. It's not Rinoa.
Oh.
It's the mysterious woman from the beginning of the game.
Yes.
The one who was also abducted in the training center.
Yes.
She turns around, sees Squall, and says, "Hi." Squall is like, "I saw you in the infirmary. My guy has no chill."
No.
She replies with, "You saved me from that monster." Chris, she likes it when strong men save her from monsters.
Oh. Okay.
Squall puts his hand on his hip and says, "Who are you?" She stares at him and replies, "Try to remember." And Squall says, "Remember?" She continues, "It'd be heartbreaking for me to know I was forgotten." She then turns around and continues staring at nothing on the desk. Squall thinks to himself, "Remember? So I know this girl?" Squall returns to the previous screen to find Rinoa staring down a bookshelf. Both then leave the room.
So you can miss this?
Yeah. You can miss this optional piece of content.
Yeah. Because I had to reset at one point and I missed it because after you're summoned to go see Sid or whatever progresses the next part of the story, you can't see this again.
So you don't need Rinoa to do this?
No, you don't need Rinoa.
Oh, I thought it was contingent on her.
No.
I thought it was like completely optional, like totally missable.
So you must have missed it in your game.
Yes, I did.
So if you go around this, as soon as you hit the lobby, there's a faculty member that identifies Squall and says that he is summoned to wherever we're going next, B1 or whatever. As soon as that happens, you can no longer see this scene. But if you go to the library, if you go to the library before that, you can see it.
Because if you're going on a tour with Rinoa now, but if you go without her, there's also different shit that we're going to go through.
Yes, yes.
So that was messed up because that was like a pivotal. That's the third time you've seen this character, and it's been mysterious and weird every single time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did she get abducted last time? Should she come back?
Yeah. It's weird.
I take Rinoa to the cafeteria. There's a big line of people at the counter. Last among them is Zell Dinched. Squall says, "This is the cafeteria. Obviously, this is where we take our meals, but keep in mind there is always competition for the good stuff, especially the hot dogs. Some of the hot dogs are so popular, you'll be lucky just to see someone eat it. That's why you see this long line every day. If you get there too late," and the whole time this line has been going down in the background, once Zell gets to the front of the line, cafeteria lady says, "We've sold out for today. Sorry." Zell does the hulking rage pose as Squall finishes. That's what happens. Rinoa doubles over laughing. Rinoa then says, "You're so serious when you're explaining. It just seems kind of odd."
So you can only get that if you have Rinoa and Zell. Yeah, that's interesting.
Unique scene. Squall's like, "You're the one who asked me to show you around." This is interesting. Squall seems to be trying to actually be a person, but since he doesn't really know how to be a person, he keeps fucking this shit up.
Yeah.
Rinoa apologizes, saying she didn't mean for Squall to get mad like that. Squall turns his head to the side, and then in anime thinks, whatever, why did I write that? You can now go talk to Zell, who is raging. He says, "Damn it, not again." He then sees Squall and asks how long Squall's been here. Rinoa's like, "We saw the whole thing, dude." Zell is shook, and he tells Rinoa he's not always like this. Zell goes on to say he could lose some weight, so it's good not to eat one of these for a meal today.
Mm-hmm.
I take Rinoa to the quad. You know what's there? Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Not even guitar guys here yet.
Well, I mean, nothing different than we'll see later.
Oh, okay, okay.
There's no unique Rinoa content. I take her to the infirmary.
Mm-hmm.
We're already in there, and then, because it's funny, there's no hallways anymore because we're floating, and they didn't want to draw new backgrounds for that shit.
Oh, okay. I didn't even notice that. No,
yeah,
I didn't.
No hallways.
Okay.
Katawaki walks in. She greets Squall and then says, "It's not every day I see you walk around with a girl. Is she your girlfriend?" And you can pick yes or just showing her around.
What'd you pick?
Yes. Rinoa turns around and says, "Are you serious?" Squall, "I'm going to take it seriously." You can then pick, "I'm serious" or "just joking." Say, "I'm serious." She says, "Whew, I'm speechless." Then Squall says, "I'm seriously joking."
That seems out of character.
Yeah.
That seems more out of character than him saying that she's his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rinoa rubs her hand on her head and says a dejected, "Oh, well, I guess that's a pretty good one for you."
Yeah, it is. I agree with you,
Yeah,
Rinoa.
it's nice.
Yeah.
Cruel, but, Katawaki laughs and says, "We're cute." She then asks if we know where Sid is. And that's all for the Rinoa unique content.
Yep. Now it's time to just explore Garden a bit, right?
Yeah, another tour, if you didn't have her.
So I went and checked out the parking lot, and there's not much here except for some students that are arguing on whether or not one of them was crying like a baby during the madness before.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you've shown tears, you've shown weakness. Get the fuck out of my school.
Yes.
They resolve to buy each other ice cream.
Now this may not, I don't know if this happened for you or not, but outside of the library, and not actually in the hallway area, but just in the main ring area, Dr. Katawaki is out there hanging out.
Yeah, next to the entrance. He wonders where Sid is again and thinks the man works too hard.
Yeah.
Tell him to stop by the infirmary next time you see him. This is a hint that Sid will eventually be at the infirmary.
Yes. And it's interesting, too, because if you don't get this, if you don't speak with her here, later when you find Sid, Squall will not remind Sid to go to the infirmary. But here, otherwise he will.
He will?
If you
That's
spoke
funny.
it. Yeah, so there's a lot of little weird ticks in this game like that.
I did go to the training area, and the little girl out front in pink says she's going to become a seed one day. And then Man from Garden is out here on the bridge to sell basic supplies. This Joker.
Yes.
Do you go to the main lobby next for you?
What's in the main lobby?
When I get there, the garden faculty walks up and asks if Squall is student 41269, the weed number.
Yes.
He then says Garden Master wishes to see him and to report to the master's room right away. I was like, where the hell is that? Garden faculty, GF. Faculty cult, GF, Guardian Force, GF cult.
Oh.
Think about it, man.
Oh.
It says take the elevator to B1. We have permission. No pass, just permission. So this elevator is a neural network.
A learning computer.
You're right. Infirmary. You want to go to the infirmary?
Infirmary. Dr. Katawaki's hanging out here for me.
Yeah, she no-sells the whole insurrection and asks if Squall is injured.
Yeah.
There's also a student here wondering if anything like that will ever happen again. Yes, wait a week.
No one is talking about how school just turned into a boat, by the way.
They're no-selling the boat incident. I mean, it was probably, as far as we know, before Squall was enrolled, it was an airship 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, who knows?
Quad?
Yeah, the quad.
Breezy plays.
Yeah.
There's seagulls and ocean noises as we get near the stage.
As we get into the stage, we see that there's a cool guy.
Yes.
A hunky guy playing guitar. And is he playing Breezy?
He's playing acoustic guitar, so I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I mean, it might be like plugged in.
I don't know, man. Whenever I went to a party and a guy busted out the acoustic, it's like,
Yeah, this fucking guy, put some shoes on, man.
Is that Everlong? He says he's worried about mom and pop back in Balamb, but I knew a time like this would come eventually, a time for me to embark on a never-ending journey.
Yeah. You know, the entire vibe in this area is Arnie Village homeworld.
Yeah.
Like, they're all talking about the ocean and the future and what could have been or what will be.
Am I remembering something messed up here? Wasn't this band in Balamb and they said they were going to dress up like seed students?
Yeah.
For part of the,
yeah,
so
they were at the gas station.
Entrance, yeah.
At the gas station,
right?
Yeah.
So these aren't even seeds.
So were they on here during the insurrection?
Yeah. I mean, is the event like, why were they here? I mean, I don't know if that's a connection, but it is a weird parallel, right? The female student on the tarp says she's never going to forget about her garden friends. The other two students in this girl triad talk about keeping in touch and letting each other know when they get a boyfriend.
Yes, all caps boyfriend.
When they promise this, they all kiss their hands simultaneously.
Yes, do people really make boyfriend promises?
If you're trying to be a student in a garden that you don't actually go to, yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, but I think there's a lot.
Fake Nita, you made a boyfriend promise in your entire life?
Initializing fake net.
Yes, with Mark, and you ruined it. Please listen to our episode on Double Dragon in our spin-off series, God Bless the Ring.
Gross.
If you speak with them, individually, one of them thinks, "You guys are so great. I'll definitely keep my promise."
Yeah.
First of all, why do we understand? Are they whispering, or are we? How are we reading their
We're
minds?
protagonists in an RPG.
We're dead.
Yeah.
We can read minds.
That's right.
Okay.
It's like, you ever see Enter the Void?
No. I should probably watch more movies.
Yeah.
I watched 2 Gundam movies last week.
Those aren't movies. That's anime.
No, they're movies. They came out in theaters.
It's anime. The theaters locally, Chris, I am biased toward North American cinema.
One of them did.
Shut up.
20 years later.
No Gundam.
Sorry, number 2 says, "I'm sure I'll have one before she does."
Hell yeah.
And the third one says, "Oh no, I can't let them know I have a boyfriend." So she's got a secret boyfriend that she's not telling her friends.
Yeah,
She doesn't let
if
them
you
know yet.
haven't told your friends about your boyfriend, it has to be a secret.
She's
Teenage romance.
She's already broken the boyfriend promise.
Oh, the BP.
Yes, of course. So a lot of utter sadness right here because I assume that 1 in 3 garden students graduates are killed in combat.
Yeah.
So they're having these boyfriend promises. One of them is likely to be dead within the next 6 months, probably, right? Because they're mercenaries.
Without ever knowing a man's or a woman's touch.
Yes.
Another lady and a dude are sitting on the caution rope. She says, "The boundless ocean. I wonder,
Yes.
what's to become of us?"
She's an NPC from Chrono Cross.
The guy does a small hand swipe and says he doesn't think they'll be graduating for a while. She replies, "I don't mind. Just enjoy the moment. I wish we could go far, far away where the crystal blue falls." The last part I made up. A male student is sitting against the ladder and says, "Man, just gazing at the ocean kind of makes you forget about all the studying we've endured." These kids not get like a regular... I mean, Balamb is a coastal town.
It's the first time they've seen the ocean because
Okay.
they're not allowed to leave.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Cafeteria?
Cafe au lait. That's not what no. Cafeteria, there's no more hot dogs left.
No.
Sorry.
Question.
Mhm.
So we're out in the water now. Are the supply chain logistics fucked up?
Yeah, we've got to live on what we've got.
Okay. Will the cafeteria ever get more hot dogs?
Do they have cattle in Balamb Garden?
They're just Gizzards.
Oh.
Gizzard dogs.
Yeah, okay. In the lounge table to the left, the students are wondering what all that commotion was
These
a while
are the
back.
novice seed candidates. This is part of the side quest.
Yes. So, they're wondering what all that commotion was a while back, as if they don't see the bloodshed and dinosaurs in the hallway. Like they didn't see all that. Like-
Well, the other says they have bad recall, Chris. The students are forgetting things.
Oh, okay. I missed that. They begin arguing about who sided with the guard master and who didn't. They accuse one of the others of siding with the guard master because that side's number was growing, like joining the winning team kind of thing.
Yeah.
Front runner. And that's it for them.
So they all decide that's enough. And when you fuck something up real bad but pretend not to remember what you did, this is what they're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
To like not lose stuff in front of their peers. Talk to the guy in the front right.
Yeah, that friend of Treppy, groupie number 1.
Yeah, they say they're still talking about each other's weenies. The
What?
weenie boys,
What?
they're calling each other weenies. The Treppy groupies.
That's not what I got.
Oh, they're not doing the weenie shit? What are they doing?
No, I got friend of Treppy, groupie number 1.
Yeah.
Asks the groupie, how it's going. But the groupie himself simply cannot stop thinking about Instructor Trepp. Like he won't answer the questions that his friend is asking. And then the friend tells him that he'll never become a seed because he's too busy thinking of her. And then when you speak with him again, he just makes that comment, so sinful comment that we heard before, way back when.
That's weird. I wonder why I'm still thinking about weenies.
I don't know. Who knows why you're thinking about weenies, Eric? But maybe they just rotate the scenes.
I love hot dogs.
Oh, hot dogs are great.
Yeah.
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 What's your favorite packaged hot dog?
Nathan's.
Oh, okay. I was going to go with Hebrew National. All beef hot dogs.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer the Angus when necessary. But, whatever. I don't discriminate.
Are you ready to take the elevator now?
Chicago dogs are disgusting.
Let's get on the elevator and go to B1.
Truth plays.
Yes. We have arrived in a layer with a bioluminescent floor.
Yeah, it's like glowing a royal shade of blue and broken apart in strange patterns underneath the top layer of glass.
Yeah, this is what the whole basement should have looked like. To let us know that there was some cool shit going on
the
here.
fluorescent shit, not the oil boil. I mean, maybe you have to crawl through the muck to get to the good stuff, the stained glass. Like you have to go through the church's crypt before you get to the top floor.
Squall, still alone here. Squall still alone here walks down the steps.
Yes, and someone screams, "Please listen to me."
Yeah, according to Squall, it's Sid's voice, but it's not titled, so we can't tell.
According to Squall.
Yeah, he thinks.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. Then Zell and Kistis appear behind Squall. Zell asks why we're all down here.
They're like, we're just following Squall.
Yeah, Zell says he came down here because he saw us running down. Quistis will also say that she was looking for the headmaster, but it's unclear how they got access. I guess you're right. There's no
they had permission to.
Yeah, permission.
They're on the elevator operates on an honor system here, Chris.
Oh, okay.
We're disciplined seed candidates that definitely don't half of us go rogue to go lynch our headmaster.
That's true. We keep hearing Sid's voice in the midst of a struggle of some sort in the other room, it seems like.
Yeah.
Then suddenly we see him get pushed back into the frame, like he goes sailing on his heels.
It's like a Marx Brothers skit.
Yeah. He says, quote, "Greedy son of a bitch. Why did I even bother talking to you? Seeds were brought up for the future, and the future is now. Children are the future." No, he didn't say that. Why can't you understand?
You know whose energy he's channeling here?
Who?
Upset Jack Lemmon.
Upset Jack Lemmon.
Like just kind of agitated and like really twitchy, but like finally using curse words. He's so upset.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Greedy son of a bitch. I can see Jack Lemmon saying that.
Fuck it. Cold as you want, you just fucked a good man out of $6,000 and his goddamn bonus because you didn't know the shot. You're fucking white bread. Don't fuck with me.
He probably has.
A garden faculty with purple. Did he have purple robes? Were the robes
Jack
different?
Lemmon?
No, the garden faculty member that comes into the scene
Couldn't
here.
tell you. It's possible.
I was playing on a Switch in table mode.
Oh, your Nintendo.
Yeah, my Nintendo. I was playing this on my Nintendo.
All right.
Anyway, a garden faculty member comes up and moves into the screen. The guy grabs Sid by the collar and shakes him, then drops him. Sid falls to his knees.
Yeah.
Sid says, "I should have never trusted you. I wish I could go back 10 or so years to tell myself that you're nothing but a money-grubbing son of a bitch."
Hit him with that son of a bitch again, Sid.
Yeah, you just got to say it. "Then I would have never built this place."
On rock and roll.
Yes. Sid sulks for a moment. He notices that we're here.
He does the Charlie Brown head hang.
Yeah, finally, he's like, "Oh, shit, you guys saw everything."
You heard it all.
Yeah, Squall confirms this. Sid tells us that he's embarrassed, but even old men like him lose their tempers. He says, let's get out of here, but Squall says he still has to give his report. Squall loves work. Squall loves turning in reports.
No.
He's good at PowerPoint.
He's saying that, but there's clearly some fuck shit around here that he wants to stick around for. So he's saying the report thing to investigate further because this is messed up.
This is like the third time that he's wanted to.
He's finally curious. Oh, to deliver? Okay.
Yeah. He's mentioned turning in the report for a lot. He like really wants to make sure his work is turned in.
It's like if I showed up here with notes and you said we're doing a no-note podcast, and I'm like, but I made all of these.
Yes.
We have to do them. I made the notes.
We're never doing a no-note podcast.
We did last week, you idiot.
I had notes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, FNF. You're right. That's probably out now, right? Yeah, that was out 5 episodes ago. Cool.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, guys, for coming on.
They're cool.
Sid asked us to come to his office later. This is the point where if you spoke with Katawaki in the hallway or in the infirmary,
you should have told Sid to go to the infirmary.
Squall will remind him to check in with the doctor. Otherwise, he says nothing. A garden faculty member then approaches, a GF, if you will, asks us if we are the seeds who return from Galbadia.
Hold on. Sid's leaving us down here, secretly hoping we're going to murder whoever's down here, right?
That's the only option because first of all, Sid obviously trusts Squall a lot, or at least he trusts his ability, and he wants to protect Squall as we've seen in the previous scenes. So,
and Cypher's gone.
So this is a really excellent power play by Sid.
Yeah,
like
he's moving chess pieces around.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think he really has any chess pieces to move around. He's like he's sending the full force here. He's going all out.
The force is with him.
No, Eric, it's not.
Garden faculty comes over and asks if we're the seeds who returned from Galbadia. Squall confirms that and says, the faculty say, it's about time. Master NORG,
all caps,
has been waiting for you. Come.
Yes, I believe that we should be more actively not believing this shit because Squall is not, he's kind of like no-selling this, right?
He's also been, who's this NORG? So he's going to go, he's playing it cool to go meet NORG, as if you freak out, they're going to like start putting their guns up or whatever.
We step forward.
New music.
Heresy. There's a gargle noise or something, and the screen starts shaking a bit. In the foreground, there's a huge technopod or something.
Yeah, it fell out of Isaac Clarke's rendezvous with Ranma.
Also true.
Garden faculty says, whenever Master NORG calls you, be sure to be there within 3 seconds. NORG says,
3 seconds are up!
It then cuts to a still image of some complex spaceship machinery. It cuts to an open image of the pod with a jaundiced slug man sitting behind the controls. Squall thinks, this is the Garden Master, the proprietor of Garden. He's not human. Come to think of it, we don't know anything about him. What a shock.
Yeah, at first I thought that he was like Jabba the Hutt with tentacles, but actually they're like finger tentacles.
Yeah, my guy's got some big hands.
It's very upsetting.
For the record, I pictured NORG with like a very deep, like almost sound wave like voice. But our voice actress, who I'm definitely not married to, had her own take that she wanted to, quote, have fun with. And I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, this is my first time hearing it myself.
NORG then speaks again.
Give me your report on the sorceress.
Is the gargling noise before, like, NORG talks, him summoning the strength to speak in English? Like, do you get what that is, or is he just, like, got a lot of shit in his throat all the time?
Either that or that's just a sound effect to convey, like, the way he speaks.
Okay.
Maybe.
So Squall thinks, now where do I start? The faculty advises to answer him quickly and to be concise. Squall thinks it's going to be a sad report, and then says they failed to assassinate Sorceress Edia. They confirmed the order at Galbadia Garden. He says they got Irvine and tried to execute the plan.
I do think it's funny that like Squall finally can give a report. He's very excited to give a report.
And so this fucking thing?
He's like, I don't give a fuck if it's a tentacle man or not. I have no idea what the fuck this thing is, but I will give it a report because I love giving reports.
NORG responds.
Balamb and Galbadia's orders? You were fooled!
He waves his arms in disgust. The gang then looks around, unable to believe that they were fooled. Squall can't believe this shit. NORG then speaks again.
Explain to them!
Garden faculty, 2 of them are here now, say, Master NORG has known about the alliance between the president of Galbadia and the sorceresses. He heard it from the Galbadia Garden Master himself. Squall can't believe this shit, but then NORG continues.
The Master of Galbadia Garden is a subordinate of mine named Martine.
The faculty confirms the sorceresses and the garden are closely connected, and the sorceress will try to get a hold of all gardens. NORG sent the offer to Galbadia Garden to kill the sorceress via assassination. But then NORG speaks.
That sly weasel Martine used you as a last resort for the assassination. He gave that order to place the blame on me. That bastard.
Wait, so We've confirmed a couple things through this line here, right?
Yeah.
Through this conversation, we've confirmed that the assassination attempt was an intentional folly, like we suspected, right?
Of course, but who's playing who?
Send the biggest dumbasses to do this.
Caraway, Martine.
But the funny thing is that it almost worked because Squall's so good, right?
Yeah,
Everyone else,
Squall counterbalanced the idiot plan.
You remember what Kistis tried to do. She almost fucked the whole planet because she had to go apologize. Like, that's how bad that was.
Chris,
so it almost worked.
As a college football enthusiast, as bad as the Louisville Cardinals team was with Lamar Jackson's last year and he just counterbalanced everything, is that a fitting analogy here?
It is a really good analogy.
With his prowess?
Yeah. I mean, that's actually true of all 3 years he was here. Like, it would have been really bad. That reference actually works because everybody knows who Lamar Jackson is.
I know, now they do.
Yeah.
Norg raises his giant hands and thrashes. Squall, sorting all this shit out, concludes that Balamb Garden had nothing to do with that order. Faculty confirms you just happened to show up before the mission was to be carried out. They used you, but the operation failed. The sorceress was still alive, and the sorceress retaliated just like we expected. No doubt it was the sorceress who ordered the missile attacks. Something must be done to calm the sorceress's anger. Squall's like, hold up, wait a minute. But the faculty interrupts him and continues. In order to do so, we needed to hand over those involved in the assassination to the sorceress. We had to show Balamb Garden's sincerity. Then Norg belts out another one.
Offer the seed's head on a silver platter and pretend we obey the sorceress.
Squall can't believe that shit.
No.
He asks, why aren't we fighting the sorceress? Zell is shaking his fist the whole time. Squall says, what? Why aren't we fighting the sorceress? What about all the training we endure every day? What good is it?
Norg chimes in.
What did you say? You lost to the sorceress? Quit your whining.
Which is actually a pretty good point.
Yeah. Shut up, boy.
Yeah. But this is Squall actually trying to get to the bottom of something rather than just execute. Like, he's able to do this because he doesn't have any particular plans right now.
Yeah, he's interrogating the alien in the basement.
What Sid should have done if he really wanted to make this work, almost perfectly, would be to say, Squall, I have new orders for you. And hand Squall a piece of paper that says, kill the fucking slug man.
Yeah, it's like, I'm going to tell you something. He just opens it up. It says, kill slug man.
He would have done it.
Yeah, they destroyed it or burned it.
Yeah, we would not have gotten all the lore, though.
What would have happened is Zelda seen it and said, kill slug man.
Yeah.
Like out loud. Faculty steps in and confirms Sid said the same thing. Norg then burps or screams or something.
Yeah, his fingers are going wild here. Yeah,
he's getting upset.
Yeah.
The garden faculty jokers scamper away when this happens. Then Norg speaks one more time.
Sid? That idiot Sid dispatched Seed to kill the sorceress. And if you fail, this garden will be done for. My garden. It will all be over. That idiot Sid. Has he forgotten that it was I who put up the money to establish the garden? I wanted to offer the sorceress Sid's head all along with Seed's. I ordered the students to find Sid, but they sided with him. This is my garden.
Squall then screams no and does a hero swipe and tells Norg that the garden does not belong to him.
We have, from what we can tell at this point in time, Norg funded Sid so that Sid could establish this place.
Yeah, to fight sorcerers.
But we don't at this point in the conversation, we don't quite understand why Sid wanted to do this.
He's the monster who literally lives in the basement. Does he have an office here or does he live here?
It's weird. Other than Sid's weird obsession with mercenary children.
Yeah.
We don't know why. I don't think that Sid has the big ball stream of establishing outer heaven here. I think he's got plans that we don't quite understand, but I think you're right. I think you're right onto something here with establishing this to stop the sorceress.
All right. Then Norg drops a bomb.
I'm not ready for this.
Then what is it? Is it Sid and Edius? That pathetic married couples?
Yeah.
What?
What?
Sid and Edea are married.
And they're pathetic.
And they're pathetic.
Which, I mean...
hang on, what?
Someone adjust the yarn on the poster board right now?
Readjust to some connections right now.
Because, we were just thinking that maybe Sid established this place to fight the sorceress, but also the sorceress is his wife. So is he fighting his wife?
I'm sending my student to kill my wife.
Yes.
Sid's an anti-wife guy so bad, he's sending his students to go do this. This is beautiful.
Oh my God. Squall doesn't get it, me too.
Norg continues.
Now I understand. Sid and Eddie are trying to take Garden away from me. You're one of Sid's followers, aren't you? Prepare to die!
The battle begins.
Yes, Norg's pod doors close as Force Your Way plays. Then some text at the top of the screen we're going to attribute to Norg plays.
Blue, yellow, red. Lots of magic with red. As long as the color stays, I will attack Seed with magic.
Puzzle battle, Chris.
Why is Norg giving us the answer to the puzzle battle?
Puzzle battle, it's all a test, man. It's all part of the test.
So yeah, we got to fight this Norg pod. Hey kids, you want to try some of my Norg pods?
Yeah.
They'll get you high.
Don't throw them in the ocean. They'll form the mass, the plastic.
Yeah. Now, there are 4 scan opportunities during this battle.
Shit.
We're only going to do a quiz for 1. Because, I mean, if the other scans would have been more interesting, then I may have tried, but no.
Scan me some Norg.
So let's scan the pods and stuff, and then once we'll do
Pods
the
of
actual
fate.
game once we can scan Norg himself. So let's scan the Norg pod. It says a defense shelter protecting Master Norg. The shelter must be destroyed in order to attack Norg, who is inside the shelter. Actually, I should have done one for that one because that's pretty fucking funny. I'm wondering if I even wrote that down correctly because it's funny. Left orb. Norg support system with auto-recover functions that restore any damage uses magic attacks. All very true. Right orb. It says the same thing except for the end it says uses status changing effects. Then we can fight this thing.
Norg orb.
Norg orb.
Nord orb.
Fight the Norg pods, and you can't do any damage to the orbs, but you can change the colors of the orbs, and I think you mainly want to keep them not red, right?
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. They do have like 2,000 HP, so it is technically feasible to kill them, but you can only do like 2 or 3 damage.
Yeah,
per turn.
punching left and right pod switches their offensive magic abilities.
Yeah.
Basically.
So eventually, you break the Norg pod, and it opens up to reveal Norg himself.
You need to do something very important here.
Yes, you need to draw from Norg.
Right.
Because there's a subtle, small, tiny hint that Norg has something going on, is that he keeps casting water.
Yeah.
But once you draw the Guardian Force, Leviathan, you get it, and he stops casting water on you.
Mm-hmm.
I casted Carbuncle and reflected a lot. I kept the orbs red. I just let them do whatever they want and just kept reflecting magic back on the Norg.
Yes, Carbuncle will save your ass here big time.
Yeah,
you don't really need to do the puzzle part of the puzzle battle if you just keep hitting him.
Yeah. I guess more on Leviathan later, unless you researched Leviathan.
I did not.
I haven't done it yet. So now you want to scan Norg?
Yeah.
Let's scan Norg. First of all, you get, when the scan brings up the character model and it's rotating in the screen, you get to see Norg's full body in his full robes.
Gross.
And yeah, he's wearing a long priest-like robe.
I mean, that full body Norg.
Yeah. So let's see here. Which one's correct, Eric? Is it number 1? Master of Balamb Garden left the Shumi tribe to fund Garden's construction as a ploy to gain political power. Number 2, Master of Balamb Garden opposes Headmaster Sid in trying to control Balamb Garden. Or number 3, Master of Balamb Garden only engages in battle when very hungry or very angry.
It's not that one. It's number 2, Chris.
That's correct.
Opposes Sid.
Yes, opposes Headmaster Sid in trying to control Balamb Garden.
I mean, there's
Congratulations.
There's some strength in having opposing forces leading one place other than it being chaotic. Like, you need to have healthy disagreement. But one's got the money and one's got the student soldiers.
It's definitely not a healthy disagreement when one of them went up an elevator and hoping his student would kill the other.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's an escalation here. It has to end.
Yes, it
At
does.
some point during the battle, Norg will scream his next line.
Yeah, I think this is after the pod blows
Opens.
open. Yeah.
Damn those seeds! This is my garden! You can't do as you please!
And then when you kill him, he'll eventually say one final line.
As he crumples in
Yeah.
his pod.
I'm done for! I'm afraid of you! Me? Why me?
We ever see Norg again? Is he dead? Did he retreat? Does he just still live down here but doesn't say anything?
After the battle, it seems like his pod is like, what's going on? There's like a lens flare situation going on around the pod. So I don't know if it's exploding, if it's on fire, if he's put up a force field. I don't know what happens when these guys die. It's weird.
Did Squall just kill their patrons?
Yes.
Okay. So the money flow's done. Or is it already built and it's already paid for, so the money flow doesn't need to happen anymore?
Well,
He's just trying to recoup his investment.
they still have bills to pay. I mean, they can still raise money by doing missions though. So
Okay, so now it's all profit now.
yes, he's destroyed the foundational capitalist component of Garden.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Great.
Is no longer
Topple that shit.
Maybe now it's not a PMC. Maybe now it's just a force for good. Probably not, but maybe.
So I get 8 wizard stones and 20 AP.
Yeah, 20 AP. Hell yeah.
The script does say that Norg retreats. Heresy continues as the Norg pod ship thing sits empty.
Say Norg Pog?
Yeah, Norg Pog. My Norg Pog set. I'm hit him with my Kistis Slammer.
Yeah.
Kistis asks, what happened to the master? Squall says the smart but unsatisfying thing, which is, forget about it for now.
Yeah, he should have said, you're looking at him. It's me.
It's nice.
I'm the master now.
I'm the captain. Zell steps up. Dropped my wedding ring when you said that. Zell steps up and says, what do you mean forget about it? Look at what just happened.
My joke was so good you're no longer married.
Yeah, Squall continues, counters him with saying, what's the point of talking about it now? You don't know what's going on either. Either the writers or the localization team of this video game also do not know what's going on here.
Yeah, he says, I feel like I'm a helpless puppet being manipulated in some major scheme, which is a...
Yes,
yeah.
you're a protagonist. Congratulations.
Yes.
It's only disc 2.
It's happening.
Everyone resolves to go see the headmaster, but we're going to do that next time.
On the next episode of Retrograde Amnesia.
Get ready for some diary entries.
Yeah, those are going to be good. Let's check in with the real net.
Initializing real net.
What the fuck is that?
I don't want to see balls.
What were we doing again?
I don't know. RealNet?
Hey, RealNet. Ephemeral Eternity says get ready to be invited to schools to give lectures on old video game history class.
That's not too far to the question, actually. We know someone who teaches at University of Maryland now.
Oh, Nathan's in Maryland?
Yeah.
Wow.
He got a
I think you told me that.
position there.
John Doe says, LOL, the garden faculty pulled a fucking Capitol invasion. They just had monsters.
Yeah.
I mean, the Capitol invasion didn't kind of work with like some people blowing whistles and a bunch of fucking monsters showing up.
Yeah,
so
totally. That is exactly, yeah, I mean, the metaphor doesn't have to extend too far out.
No. Shy Guy 32 says the garden faculty did a totally peaceful protest with only a couple of casualties and makeshift gallows.
Makeshift yeah. These are just for show.
Ephemeral Eternity says hot dogs are always super serious business, which is hilarious because before you got here and our friend Kevin was here with his daughter, and she wanted a hot dog for dinner, and they said, well, the place we're going to pick up dinner from doesn't have hot dogs, so you can have something else. And it was a problem.
Yeah, she lost her gut. Yeah. I understand that.
Yeah.
I identify completely. My only problem with hot dogs is they're over too quick.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And John Doe says, the Zell content in this game is some of the best side story of any FF. I agree. In terms of like not like small events.
Punishing our energetic boy.
Yeah.
Every side Zell thing is designed to further infuriate him.
Oh, John Doe says that I assume the hot dogs in this world are made from monster meat, so the cafeteria is probably still all set. T-Rex dogs. Shy Guy 32 says that. Lobstop Doy says Norg is so fucking weird. Everybody else says some other variation of that. Yeah, John Doe says in a game full of non-sequiturs that you have to dig for context on, Norg is definitely the most out of left field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no recollection of Norg whatsoever until, people... I've been talking to people since announcing this, doing Final Fantasy VIII for this podcast, and do you remember Norg? I'm like, Norg?
Norg.
So intense yet so forgettable.
Shy Guy 32 says, I feel like Squall saying that he needs to turn in a report is a perfect, zero context explanation for being anywhere that he shouldn't be. John Doe says, so like, does Norg just fucking live down here? I think the answer is yes. He lives in the pod, right?
Yeah, he lives in the pod down here. But like, he's got like the nice floor, so he's clearly remodeled the one floor of the MD that matters.
Yeah. The Metal Gear plan. Send in the rookie to try to overthrow Outer Heaven because you have to send in a response. But whoops, turns out the rookie is Solid Snake, which is the same thing that's happened with Squall here almost. Like,
yeah.
Squall hasn't fully succeeded yet.
Is Squall a genome soldier?
Yes, maybe, perhaps.
Is Fox Die going to affect him?
That one from Shy Guy 32, thank you. A lot of praise for the voice acting, thank you.
It sounds similar to Krellian and Fate technology.
Yeah, I could tell. It was good. The effects were really good. Norg Pod Challenge, John Doe says. Shy Guy 32 says, it turns out Final Fantasy VIII is a giant divorce suit.
Sweet.
I read it as like a lawsuit between the two.
I thought it was like a suite where you get divorced.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. It is now. I wonder if he had like, Norg had just said the Adia thing to Sid, and Sid is like, all right, writing your death in right now. He's just pissed off.
Shy Guy 32 says the easiest way to get your debts cleared is to kill your debtors. Like, Sid is way ahead of the game here.
Actually, yeah, that's true.
Also true. Not only is he dangerous, but I owe him money. Anyway, thanks, RealNet, for joining us tonight. We'll see you next time. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on today, August 1st, 2021. Thank you, Mark. for the music.
You're welcome, Chris.
Find us on Twitter at Retro Amnesia Pod. If you like us, tell your friends, a friend, any friend, and please consider supporting us if you want. On Patreon at patreon.com/retroam, get early access, bonus episodes, miniseries, voting rights for our next series, and access to the RealNet on Discord, etc. Email the show at podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com. Eric, until next time.
Yes, we will kill anyone who Sid owes money to.
And now you may go back to sleep. Thanks, NORG. I had one drink a couple weeks ago when we were over at Jason's house, and I immediately started feeling shit.
That was a week ago.
Are you fucking serious?
That was last Saturday.
Oh my God. Anyway, I had one drink there that night, and then I immediately started feeling like shit.
We were playing the werewolf game, and I thought you had like many drinks, and that's why you were trying to fuck me, but you were just playing tired and feeling like shit and not actually fucked up.
Yes, that's
Great.
true.
You fooled me.
Yeah, I was just feeling tired, and yeah. Allergy drops now, which are like shots, except for you drop them under your tongue. They're more expensive, but you don't have to like drive and get a shot.
So it's acid? You're doing acid?
And they make you feel bad for like 30 minutes and flare up your allergy symptoms until your body gets used to it. So,
where'd you get these allergy drops you put under your tongue that are expensive?
From the doctor, Eric.
Uh-huh.
From a ear, nose, and
the
throat
doctor behind Kroger or the doctor in Kroger?
Yes, the doctor in Kroger.
It has to be individual beer. What the fuck else could? Why would you brand something like that?
Shy Guy 32 says international bitterness units.
16 units of beer in my beer. That's how you make beer. It's like coffee scoops.
International bitterness unit? That can't be real.
Oktoberfest is my second favorite seasonal in general. Like Sam Adams, they don't make it anymore, at least around here. But there used to be something called White Christmas, which tasted like candy and not like usual candy beer that was bullshit, but like actual
the
good
Sam Adams, yeah.
White Christmas is real good, man. Oh, it's my favorite beer of all time. I have one in my house that I keep for a bad day.
Good.
It's been there for 3 years. Think it's still good?
Haven't had a bad day in 3 years?
I'm waiting to bottom out.
Okay. All right, good. You're waiting for your next meltdown, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good.
He's wondering how long it's.
Give me your report on the sorceress.
So
sorceress.
That
all right,
she'd been playing Hades all day, and I think it was like she was doing Dusa without knowing it. Anyway,
after that, the faculty confirmed that the garden. Hold on a second. Typo.
The master of Galbadia. The master of Galbadia. The master.
What do you have duct tape over here? What are you doing, buddy? Oh, you're taping up the fucking air vent. Okay.
It gets cold as shit in here.
That's okay.
The
I'm
hotter
gonna need a picture of that.
The hotter it gets outside, the colder it gets in here because the AC runs more often.
That is. You know, they sell magnets you can just put over that stuff, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
No, yeah, I only know that because when I did autocross, I had to cut numbers out of those and slap them to my car. They're at Home Depot.
It will all be over. That idiot Sid. Has he forgotten that it was I who put up the money to establish the garden?
God, that's what I've been saying the old ways, right? Convert that motherfucker. I said to myself, fuck it, let's go all the way, huh? The whole route. And Bruce, I don't want to fuck around with you.